Welcome back to Coast View. I really enjoyed that conversation with Captain Jeff Powell, the commanding officer for the CB base in Gulfport. And I will continue every chance I get to bring as much attention to the military community here in coastal Mississippi every chance I get, because they make such a great contribution. Interestingly enough, during the breaks, you never know who's going to see who. And our next guest, I'll go ahead and introduce him, and then I'll tell you what I was about to say. Matt Buckley, the principal of St. Patrick's High School, and a good friend. During the break, Matt got to talk with Captain Powell, whose son is a senior at St. Patrick's. So you just never know where these connections are going to get made. How you doing, Matt?
Ricky, I'm good. Great to see you. It's great to see Captain Powell. Of course, great family, great Fighting Irish family, and was a wonderful surprise to see him.
So look, it's been a while since you and I have actually caught up. So there's a lot to talk about. But one of the things that's almost immediately evident is that you're not having any trouble finding students these days, are you?
No, we are very proud to be at full capacity here with regard to enrollment here at St. Patrick. We currently have a waiting list in place for enrollment for all grade levels for the 22-23 school year. So our building is completely full. We're completely staffed, and we have well over 620 students, and are looking forward to kicking off the new year completely full.
So Matt, when you look at the situation, and there's so many different places to start. I want to circle back and make sure people who don't know about St. Patrick's know what it is. But when you look at the situation and the high enrollment, this incredible success that the school is going through these days, does it begin to sort of tickle the strategic planning mode and say maybe we should start thinking about expansion?
Yeah, those are conversations that we've been having the past several months. Back in the spring of this year, we actually published a brand new 5-year strategic plan that a lot of work and a lot of time went into that. And we were fortunate to involve so many of our stakeholders, thousands of people, by asking their feedback and their input about what's the next step, what's the vision. We've had some monumental successes the past few years, but it was time to sit down and really quantify and outline where do we go from here and what does that look like. So hopefully within the next 5 years, we will be executing and planning a capital campaign, and we'll be expanding our main building here with academic classrooms. We hope to expand our athletic facilities and add some new things. So all that's in the works, and those are conversations that are happening now.
Well, as you know, I'm a big believer in St. Patrick's. I have kids who went there, a kid who taught there. I have nephews that go there now, and many, 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 many friends whose children have gone there and are going there now. I have a lot of questions about how you guys are doing these days, but before we do that, just tell the average person who may not have heard the name St. Patrick's before, what is St. Patrick?
Yeah, so we pride ourselves on being the premier secondary educational institution on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Our mission here at St. Patrick is threefold. We work to educate scholars, train disciples, and support champions. So academic excellence is a big part of who we are and what we focus on each and every day. We want to make sure that our students are prepared and equipped with the latest and greatest so that they walk into either the college classroom or into a career ready to thrive, ready to excel. On the championship side, we want to provide all avenues for students to participate and be competitive in sports and extracurricular activities, everything from all of our athletic teams to the arts to music and drama and band and theater, and then also to all of our clubs and organizations. We want our students to be provided with a comprehensive high school experience that's second to none. But more important than those two components is the training disciples piece. Our faculty and staff are called each and every day to train disciples of Jesus Christ, and we do that through faith formation and through teaching spirituality and modeling how to be what we call an intentional disciple, and how we lead others to the church and others to Christ, and focus on doing good and making a positive impact in the world each and every day. So that's who we are.
Yeah, that is definitely who you are. As it relates to testing scores, the fact that you've prepared so many young people that have gone off to do unbelievable things in their careers, all the benchmarks seem to be very positive from an academic point of view, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. We focus a lot on the ACT test to make sure that our students are prepared to get into college and then to be successful in college. So our average ACT score is just over 26 right now. We have national merit finalists and semifinalists every year. We're fortunate and proud to award millions and millions of dollars in scholarships to each graduating class each year for college. So that our students continue to impress me each and every day, each and every year with what they attain for their college scholarships. And then St. Patrick was awarded the National Blue Ribbon School and was ranked among the top 1% of private schools in the United States, and it was named the top Catholic high school in the state of Mississippi as well.
Getting a perfect on the ACT seems impossible, and you guys continue to enroll kids that fall under that category. That's exciting for you as someone who's trying to do the best you can with academic success.
Yeah, absolutely. We fortunately had several students score a perfect score on the ACT. Many who've scored in the 30 range, 30 and above. So we're extremely proud of them. But the goal is for all of our students to make sure that they all are provided the best experience and continue to grow individually to reach their fullest and their best potential.
I know, just speaking for myself, my daughter Tori got a great Catholic education. My son Jordan and Justin have gone on to do incredible things with their careers. And, if you look back, they all got multiple degrees in college. And you look back, there was never any question whatsoever about the foundation they laid while at St. Patrick's to be able to really overperform in college. And it was not even something we even thought about. It was just understood that they were going to be prepared and ready, and they've become real good citizens in the world as a result of that. So I'm very proud of them. But my wife Ann and I know the role that St. Patrick played in their development, and we don't take that lightly. I can assure you. And I know there are a lot of other families just like us that look back on that experience as being incredibly positive. You hear that all the time, don't you?
I do, and thanks for saying that, Ricky. I often say St. Patrick is a place like no other. It's very unique. It's a family, and it's great. It's great to have so many families invested here and part of this, and who are truly invested and inspired by and want to impact the future here at the school and want to impact the next generation of Catholic education here at St. Patrick.
So, Matt, you went on. We talked about it the last time we visited, but you went on to get your PhD. In fact, Captain Powell referred to you as Dr. Buckley. And I call you Matt because I've always known you as Matt, and you said that's fine for me to continue to refer to you as Matt. But here's the point. You've really worked hard to prepare yourself for this gig. And what's interesting is that every time we talk, you seem a little more confident, even more excited. I was having a conversation with the mayor of Ocean Springs recently and said exactly the same thing, that it seems to me that you love what you do. You literally love what you do, and it flows from you. Is that a good read? I mean, are you really in your element?
I couldn't imagine doing anything else, Ricky. Getting to work with kids each and every day and families and impact lives, really rejuvenates me every morning. And I'm thrilled to have the opportunity, and blessed really to have the opportunity to just work alongside the best faculty and staff. This week, as we're preparing for the first day of school on Friday, we've worked really closely. We've been in meetings and sessions a lot with all of our faculty and staff. And I just look at them and I think, these are people who are devoting their entire life to this. They're giving everything that they have. They're 100% committed to what we're doing and to the mission and to the future and to the vision here. And it just, that rejuvenates me every morning to get to wake up and work alongside these people who I think are the best at what they do.
Yeah, it is exciting to see. The other thing that's been interesting to watch has been watching how well the athletic programs of St. Patrick continue to do. You keep raising the bar every year. And it really, you look at the young kids that are coming along, it really bodes well for the future, doesn't it?
I think so. We had a great, successful athletic program this past year. We actually, by the Mississippi High School Athletic Association, was ranked the top 2A school and across the board by all of our wins and successes. And so I was proud of that. And I think the future is bright ahead. We're about to kick off football season and volleyball season. And with that, we've got band, dance, and cheer, and just getting to see kids do their best and continue to excel and try to win. We want to win at every single thing that we do, and want to be the best that we can at every single thing we do. I'm very proud of them.
Soccer is continuing to emerge as this incredible, this is the place to win, isn't it?
Yeah. Soccer and basketball are huge in the winter. And then, of course, baseball and softball, golf, track, and tennis all in the spring. So this year we're actually adding some sports. We're adding wrestling, and we're adding bass fishing, and we're adding bowling. So I'm excited to see where that's going to take us.
That's all. I like the addition of bass fishing. That's a big deal. And wrestling, I have a cousin that was the wrestler in Alabama. He went on. This has been a few years ago, but he went on. He was a great football player. Had a scholarship to play at Alabama under Bear Bryant. So, but he never lost as a wrestler. Wrestling's a big sport. It really, it's interesting that it never took off in those days in Mississippi the way it did in Alabama. It's good to see you adding that. Yeah. Hey, when we come back, I actually am curious what the kind of thinking that goes behind keeping kids safe these days, which is a terrible conversation to have, but it is reality of the moment. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with the principal of St. Patrick High, Matt Buckley. We'll see you after this break. Welcome back to Coast View. We have Dr. Matt Buckley, who is the principal at St. Patrick High. And I mentioned before we went to break that it's unfortunate, to be honest with you, that educators these days have to think about how to keep kids safe. But it is where we are in this moment in America. And so a lot of conversations go into it. And frankly, to have a daughter who is a teacher of elementary school, I think a lot about it. I think a lot about what she has to go through in terms of training and preparation. And, the real sense that these are things we must do to prepare ourselves in case. We hope that it never happens, but if it does happen, there has to be a plan. So, Matt, you guys probably spend a lot of time thinking about it, sadly, but it's reality, isn't it?
It is, and it is unfortunate and tragic. And every time that we see this on the news, my heart just goes out to people who send their kids to school every day, expecting them to be safe and to come home safely. And it's such a monumental tragedy when that doesn't happen. And, it is unfortunate, but it is the reality. And we spend a lot of time thinking about and planning for and preparing and reviewing and talking to experts about what is the best way to ensure that our campus remains safe. Here at St. Patrick, it is a very safe place, and we continue to research and to look at best practices and to make sure that we're doing everything to make sure that safety is a number one priority for our students and our staff. Just this summer, we were fortunate to be able to, due to the generosity of many of our benefactors, we were able to rebuild out our surveillance system. So now we have security cameras in place, high quality security cameras in place all over campus that we'll be able to monitor and review for specific incidents and everything. Also here at St. Patrick, when you come on campus during the school day, there's only one entrance to the school, and everyone has to come through the office, and no one can get anywhere else on campus unless they are cleared by the office. So we have lots of plans in place, and unfortunately we practice this. So we'll have drills throughout the year with our students for an active shooter or a lockdown situation. And so we want to make sure that all of our teachers and staff are fully prepared to handle a situation. Hopefully it will never happen. But in the event that something does, we want to make sure that everyone knows exactly what to do and executes that plan perfectly.
And as a role for the kids to play as well, this whole notion, if you see something, say something, or you hear something, say something, that mantra, I mean, we can't say it enough how important that is.
Absolutely. And that's one of the great things about St. Patrick, as I mentioned before, is it is such a close family. So, I have the great opportunity by the third, fourth, fifth day of school, I'll know every single student. I'll know all their parents. I'll know everything about them. And so will the teachers, and so will the staff here. And I think it's that family environment, that Catholic education family environment, that really sets us apart. And fortunately, have the opportunity to know all of our students and to love all of our students. And so, if something does come up, or if something doesn't feel right, that they would be comfortable in sharing that with an adult.
Hey, Matt, one of the things I was curious about, and I think I know the answer, but I'm not positive about it. So, the pandemic, in a way, sort of put steroids on Catholic education. Why is that?
I like to say that our faculty and staff just really shined. We were fully prepared for that long before we ever knew that was going to happen. back before March of 2020, St. Patrick and our team here was really leading the way with technology. So when we had to shift to a virtual learning environment, we never missed a single day of school. We never missed a single day of instruction. I'll never forget that it was Friday, March 13th was whenever we announced that we would be closed temporarily. That following Monday was supposed to be a holiday, and our entire faculty and staff joined together virtually for the first time of what would be many, many times. And we just prayed together. That's how we started. We spent an hour on the call praying together, making sure that each other were okay. And then that next Tuesday, we got to work. We never missed a day of school. And I think all of our Catholic schools in South Mississippi did the same thing. And so I really think that whenever that parents really saw that Catholic education was different and it was unique, and there was this focus on the mission of the school and making sure that the students and their families and the staff were all taken care of.
I remember going into the classrooms and seeing how you guys were using the technology and making that such an important part of that new building. In other words, you never arrive as it relates to technology. It was always this mode of advancing the technology. I bet never in your wildest imagination did you think that it would literally move to a virtual learning scenario and be sort of the precursor for enabling you not to miss a single day of education. That's really incredible that you guys had made that huge investment and had taught everyone how to use it, so that you didn't even really have a learning curve around it.
Right, and I think back to that, and I'm always impressed when I think back to that. I'm so proud of the way our team handled that. We, prior to March of 2020, we had worked really hard to build out a digital learning management system because our goal was to prepare our students for college. So they were already accessing their courses online. They were already submitting assignments online, working with their peers and their teachers online. And we were doing things with video and video lessons and all of that. So when that hit the next day, we just shifted and they rose to it. And it was I couldn't have asked for anything better.
And Matt, what was important about that as well is that the parents had this ability to be a part of the education process. They could go in and get feedback and have communication with teachers, and it was all that was already in place. That's incredible, really. It means that you guys were on the cutting edge, and it paid off. And it's one of the reasons why you're seeing explosive growth waiting list these days. I wish we had more time to talk, but we will not wait so long to get together the next time. How about that?
Definitely. Sounds perfect.
Okay, this has been Dr. Matt Buckley, the principal of St. Patrick High. What a great update that was. Thanks for your leadership, my friend. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.